Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick. On today's episode, we've got a lot to do, so let's get the heck out of here. As you recall, we weren't left with any leads, but we do have a phone line to escape from, so let's check that out. Let's manipulate the phone, go to the guard room, because it's the only place in this prison that has an external line, see what's going on over here. Detective Zhao's until we meet again came around quicker than I expected. When I got back to the guard room, the next fateful call came in. See, a lead already. Check out that salsa music. It's not really the most appropriate alarm, I have to say. Hello, this is... Hey, it's Jowd. Sissel, are you there? Hello, who's this? Oh, I'm not talking to you, officer. Anyway, if you're there, Sissel, come here immediately. I'll be waiting for you, if you make it in time, that is. Hey, wait a minute. Know that the guards don't recognize Zhao's name, even though he's been there for 10 years, and there's only like 4 guards, so they must all recognize him somehow? Anyway, we did get a new number to an outside line. Let's, go check it out. Trick. External line. All the way down to the bottom, whatever this is. Long way outside. And the moon. On the other end of the telephone line, the scene that greets me tells me one simple fact. That the last chapter was a complete waste of time. Our great escape plan has ended in failure. It wasn't really a plan so much as a series of bizarrely coincidental and correlated events. Never expected to see you here, Inspector Cabanela. I believe it's my line, my old friend. What were you doing here? I believe it's my line too, clearly. It's true, I mean, he's a cop, he has a reason to be at the prison. Dad's supposed to be inside, and dead. I came to attend your execution. They told me what time it was, couldn't get to the chamber, so I was observing a moment of silence here. And when I looked up, my eyes full of tears, there you were, baby. It's just the way things turned out. I took part in what seemed like a fun game, and here I am. Here's what I wish, my old friend. Wish it was anybody but me who found you here. Because now that I found you, man, I have to turn you in. You have to stay spotlessly clean, after all. But impending execution won't stop us from picking Zhao's brain, so let's see what he's got to say to us telepathically. Thanks for coming. I wanted to say goodbye to you. As you can see, I guess I'm not going to be much help. What's going to happen to you? Being executed tonight is just about the only thing on my schedule, it seems. Well, I didn't have any work to do, too. Executed, huh? Death is pretty much meaningless to me. Anyway, I guess we'll be seeing each other again. By the way, there's something I'm looking for. Oh, that's right, your lost memory. You know things I'd like to know. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? In return for tonight's fun little game, is that it? Let's ask about us. That seems important to the plot. I saw it, you know, that picture you were painting in your cell tonight. That was me. Which means you must know me. I'm very sorry, but I can't talk to you about that now. What? Why not? Because I don't know your true face. That's interesting. My true face. So what we got behind the shades? I'm a detective. I can only talk about what I'm sure of. However, I can give you one lead at least. A lead? What is it? A long time ago, I gave Lynn something to hold onto for me. It was a music box. Hey, remember that from chapter 3, I think, or 2? If you ever come across it, I advise you to open it. It might jog your memory. That wooden box I found in Lynn's apartment. Remember, we couldn't open it. There wasn't even a core to possess, so I guess we'll have to have someone else do it for us. Well, at least we can keep asking questions. The man pointing the gun at you right now, they say he's your good friend. We were when we were in the detective division together. That was a long time ago. He's the head of the special investigation unit, top of the elite. Getting ahead is the only thing he thinks about now. And that white coat of his is the symbol of his determination. His white coat? For somebody looking to get promoted to the top, what's the thing they're afraid of the most? A blot on their record, of course, like a stain in a pure white coat. Who would promote a man with a coat covered in stains? If it was me, I'd go with a black coat that didn't show the stains. Clearly, Sissel does not speak in metaphor. The world is full of excellent candidates. Even one mistake could be the end of a career. But everybody makes mistakes, right? Nevertheless, Cabanela has chosen the path of the white coat, and he'd do anything to hide his coat's shadows. Like send his good friend to the gallows. Because that's the right thing to do. I'm a condemned criminal, after all. And that's why he has that gun pointed at me right now. Anyway, more importantly, is your execution really the right thing to do? I had a fair trial, and that was decided. No problem there. But still, this is the punishment I should receive in order to bring a final close to that case and put it to rest forever. Lynn believes you're innocent. She's running around right now trying to prove it. Is that all you have to leave her with? No problem there? I was sentenced to death penalty for killing my wife, Alma. But to me, that's not all it was for. What do you mean that's not all it was for? I'm talking about something that happened even before the case. I stole somebody else's life. What? That is definitely deserving of new dialogue options. Let's go see what he has to say about that. At the very least, we'll learn something for once. It was 10 years ago. I'll never forget it. That day, I saved the life of a little girl, and I stole away the life of a man. 10 years ago. Could that be Lynn? She told you about that? Yeah, she said you were her hero. Here's a slightly... for once, we get a justified flashback, because we're going to see the same one that we saw from Lynn's perspective now from Jowd's perspective. We'll see how it changes. Here's that same park. 10 years ago, in a certain park, a little girl was taken hostage. I was still young then. I didn't have any self-control. I remember asking myself at the time, Jowd, are you really going to shoot this guy? And this is what I answered. Yeah, I'm going to shoot. And there he is. My hand was shaking a little. If my hand slipped, the man might die. Even the little girl was in danger. Nevertheless, that was my answer. I'm going to shoot. Shot his hand cannon with a gigantic muzzle flash that ended the flashback. And when the man died, I took his life. Lynn was never told the outcome. She was so young at the time, and apparently forgot what happened while she was right there. I don't deserve to be called a hero. What I deserve is execution. It's awfully utilitarian. Anyway, that's all we have to ask. Let's go see what's going on out here. Ready to go? My arms are getting tired. You got it, baby. Time for the big show of hauling you in. A really big show. Note the contrast between Cabanella's white coat and Jowd's spotted artist's frock? Oh, that's right. Just let me make one last phone call. That's a big favor to ask so casually, my old friend. Tell you what I'll do. I'll pretend I'm not watching. I'll be listening, though. On that you can rely. And... Cicely, you've got your own path to follow. You better hurry. Note that Jowd is not talking to us directly. He's actually speaking telepathically, so Cabanella doesn't hear any of this. Lynn is at the minister's office right now, right? It might not be a bad idea to say my final farewell to him, too. Collect call to... Hey, it's Lynn. Alive. Hello, everything's fine here. No problems at all. So hiding behind the desk for no reason. Is this the chicken kitchen? I'd like to request a delivery. Man, he just had a whole chicken at jail. The chicken kitchen is next door. Goodbye. But Jowd did give us a lead just there. That was awfully nice of him after being completely useless in the jail. It sounds like she's been in some kind of trouble. It does, doesn't it? Go help her out, would you, Cecil? Sure, why not? It's been the order of the day so far. Sorry to keep you waiting, Inspector. Ready to go? Oh, before I forget... You can tell he's serious because he hasn't been dancing. I have a little something for you. Hey, a watch. It's gonna be really useful for a guy who only has an hour to live. Most. I seriously expected when the camera pans up to have one of them just run. But apparently, both of them are too honorable for that. Present, if you will. There's nothing else like it, baby. There's nothing else like it. Don't throw it. What's this, a pocket watch? Yeah, Jowd's a little behind the scene. Considering my situation, it's the last thing in the world I need right now. Forgive me, man, but let's just say I'm no good at choosing presents. Well, I guess Cabanel could have just shot him. This is it, Cecil. Let me just leave you with one thing. Don't trust other people's memories. Look for what you seek with your own eyes. I'll remember that. And any minute now, off we go. And off he goes. Okay, well now he's got some time to strut. They're gone. There's nothing left here. No hope and no cores either. That's why it was good that Jowd didn't get shot, because there's no way for us to reach him to bring him back to life, or at least go back 4 minutes before. Without any cores, I can't follow after them. This is the end of my adventure. I feel pretty dejected, but I guess I better go find Lynn. Sure, why not? I'll follow the path Detective Jowd pointed out to me. The path to the Justice Minister's office, where Lynn went to try and stop the execution. Chapter 10, 11:41 p.m. Well, this one only took about a half an hour. It's not bad for a jailbreak. Now that my assignment to stop the execution had ended in such an unsatisfactory way, I decided to go see Lynn at the Justice Minister's office. We didn't even get the crosstown scene. Detective Jowd's story about this other murder weighs on me heavily. Should I tell Lynn about it? I just don't know. In fact, we don't even get to select the Justice Minister's office from the phone. We just go. Although we do actually already have his number. This time, Lynn isn't dead, but the atmosphere makes me think it might be too soon to count my blessings just yet. Remember, this is Sergeant Pepper's office, so I hope we don't we see his awful wife again. That's pretty weird, I have to say. I'm glad Lynn isn't dead, but what in the world is she doing? Then again, do I really want to know? Actually, yes, we kind of do. Hey, look, a guy. He looks like he's doing pretty well. Yep, he's dead. Hey, can you hear me? He's dead, but he still seems to be unconscious. Hey, there you are. Hi, Lynn. What kind of greeting is that? Shoving somebody's poor soul out of the way like that? Tisk tisk. I gotta say though, no matter where you go, somebody always seems to turn up dead. Sorry about that. Who is it this time? Is it the Justice Minister? Yeah, the man who signed the order to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. He was already dead when I got there. Oh boy, I wonder what happened this time. Well, and how did it go? Was Jowd still alive? He'd already been executed by the time I got there, but I did manage to save him. You did? I'm so glad. Wait a minute, you say but? I told Lynn about blah blah blah, recurring flashback. Inspector Cabanela arrested Detective Jowd. I can't believe it! Cabanela would never betray Detective Jowd. Just so you know, Detective Jowd said himself it was the right thing to do. Anyway, I better take care of the Justice Minister here. Right, and I have lots of questions for him too. Clearly the most important thing here. Back we go then, to 4 minutes before his death. This is a fairly involved puzzle and actually one of the trickiest in the entire game, so I'm going to leave and devote an entire episode to it. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next, possibly incredibly frustrating episode of Let's Play Ghost Trick. See y'all then.